What's up everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome to another Pokemon GO video. Today I'm going to be telling you how to beat the 3 new Mega Evolution raids coming to Pokemon GO. And I'm of course talking about the Hoenn Starters Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Swampert. These raid bosses are actually quite easy, as long as you bring the right counters. I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Alright, let's talk about the Mega Evolved Hoenn Starters. So, with the Mythical Wishes season kicking off, Niantic added the Mega Evolutions for the starter Pokemon from the Hoenn region. These include Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert. These Mega Evolution raids are actually pretty easy compared to most others, and the reason for that is because most of them have double weaknesses to certain types. For the most part, the Hoenn starters have lower defense compared to other starter Pokemon, so that also adds a level of easiness to them. It may even be possible to solo some of these raids, as long as you bring the right counters and have the right boosts. So let's go over each of them in detail. First off, let's talk about Mega Sceptile. This Pokemon gains the Dragon typing when it Mega Evolves, thus it has a Grass and Dragon type combination. This gives it a double weakness to Ice type attacks and a regular weakness to Bug, Dragon, Fairy, Flying, and Poison type attacks. The best counters you can bring to this Mega Evolution raid are pure Ice types. This means you will want a full team of high level Mamoswine with Powder Snow and Avalanche. Think of Pokemon like Rayquaza, which is another raid boss that is susceptible to an army of Mamoswines. You could also bring Mewtwo to this raid, but make sure it has the Ice type charge attack Ice Beam. Other Ice types you can bring include Glaceon, Avalugg, Aurorus, Articuno, and Rayquaza with Dragon Tail and Outrage. If you lack legendary Pokemon, you could use these budget Pokemon, Mamoswine, Glaceon, Avalugg, Aurorus, and Walrein. All of these Pokemon except for maybe Avalugg and Aurorus are super easy to get, so this Pokemon is pretty accessible for most players. If you want the perfect IV Sceptile from this Mega Evolution raid, you will want one that is 1575 or 1969 if it is weather boosted. Speaking of which, Mega Sceptile is going to be weather boosted from clear or windy weather. Since it has a double weakness to ice types, you will not need a whole lot of trainers in order to defeat it. You could possibly even solo this raid boss if you have the exact right counters. But if you want to defeat it securely, I suggest going with a total raid group of 3 to 4 trainers. That should easily net you the win, but I would suggest getting as many players as possible so that you can maximize the amount of energy you can gain. By the way, if you have any Shadow Mamoswine with Ice type attacks, you should definitely bring them, especially if you're going to attempt a duo or solo. Next, let's talk about how you can beat the Mega Evolution raid for Mega Blaziken. Now, unlike Mega Sceptile, Blaziken doesn't gain or lose any types after it Mega Evolves. It basically becomes a beefed up version of a non-Mega Blaziken. This Pokemon is a Fire and Fighting type, meaning it will have weaknesses to Flying, Ground, Psychic, and Water type attacks. Out of the 3 Hoenn Starter Mega Evolutions, Mega Blaziken is the only one without a double weakness to any types, so this one will be a little bit more difficult compared to the others. However, it is also a bit of a glass cannon, so you won't need too many trainers. For this Mega Evolution raid, I suggest you go with at least 3 to 4 trainers in the raid group. If you want to challenge yourself, you could probably go with just 2, but you will for sure need the absolute best counters against it. These counters include Mega Latios with Psychic type attacks, Mega Gyarados with Water type attacks, Mega Alakazam, Mewtwo with Psychic type attacks, Lunala, and Kyogre. These are the absolute best counters you can bring against Mega Blaziken. Now in terms of budget counters, your options are going to be somewhat limited. Because Mega Blaziken has Fighting type and Fire type attacks, some of the non-legendary counters will themselves get countered. Thus, I suggest going with Garchomp, Rhyperior, and Swampert. They all resist most of Blaziken's moves, so you should have no problem taking it down. If you want a perfect IV Blaziken from this raid, you will want one that is 1627, and if it's weather boosted, you will want one that is 2034. Speaking of which, Mega Blaziken is going to be boosted by clear and cloudy weather. Alright, finally, let's talk about Mega Swampert, which is going to be the most ideal Mega Evolution to farm up. This Mega Evolution is similar to Blaziken, in that it doesn't gain or lose any types. Mega Swampert is a water and ground type Pokemon, meaning it will have only one type it will be weak against, but that type will be a double weakness. If you're familiar with the Go Battle League, you would know that Swampert gets completely destroyed by grass type attacks. Thus, that is what you will want to bring up against this raid boss. The best counters you can bring include Mega Sceptile, Mega Venusaur, Kartana, Zarude, Tapu Bulu, and Tangrowth. In terms of non-legendary budget counters, go with Tangrowth, Venusaur, and Roserade. Now, even though Mega Swampert has a double weakness to grass, it has pretty well-rounded stats that prevents it from getting taken down too easily. Thus, I would go with the usual 3 to 4 trainers with everyone using solid grass-type teams. If you want to challenge yourself, make sure you have at least 2 trainers. Mega Swampert has a perfect IVCP at $16.99, and if it's weather boosted, it will be $21.24. The weather types that will boost Mega Swampert is going to be clear and rainy weather. So yeah, this is everything you need to know regarding how to take down all 3 of the Hoenn Starter Mega Evolution raids. Something to keep in mind is that all 3 of them are weather boosted by clear weather. Thus, if you want higher level versions of them, make sure you go out and raid them if it is sunny outside. If you are lucky this weekend for the Heading to Hoenn Mega Raid Day, you will get clear and sunny weather all throughout. I suggest preparing 3 raid teams, one with a bunch of grass types for Mega Swampert raids, one that is full of ice types for Mega Sceptile raids, and one that is filled with psychic types for the Mega Blaziken raids. In terms of what Mega Evolution you could use for all 3 of these raid bosses, I suggest going with either Mega Latios or Mega Alakazam. At the very least, both of them will deal a ton of neutral damage to Mega Swampert and Mega Sceptile. If you plan your day accordingly and set up the right raid teams, then you will maximize the most out of this raid day. Now before I close this video, let me talk about which of the 3 you should focus on. While it would be beneficial to get enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve each of them, I would focus more on Mega Swampert and Mega Sceptile. Both of them are going to be hard to beat when it comes to their relevance in both raid battles and later in the Master League. They are incredibly strong, and they have a lot of different move types that they can boost up. You should also take into consideration that there are plenty of fire type and fighting type Mega Evolutions already available, and most of them easily rival Mega Blaziken. However, for both Swampert and Sceptile, not a lot of pre-existing Mega Evolutions are going to compete. Thus, these are the 2 I would focus on. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Now, I would love to know your thoughts regarding these 3 Mega Evolutions down below. Have you participated in the Heading to Hoenn Mega Raid Day? What is your best Swampert, Sceptile, and Blaziken? Let me know down below in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.